I didn't come here to escape the city. I came here to remember the city has roots here.
Harrow Viewpoint isn't a lookout. It's a reminder. Before the skyline, before the sirens, people stood here to read the weather and sometimes the future. This ground watched kings hunt, monks pray, then pilots changed the course of a war with a map, a radio, and a very bad feeling. Up here, the city feels far away, but this ground remembers everything that came before it. As long as people have lived on these hills, they have come here first to look, to read the sky, to judge the wind, to decide whether the day belongs to them or the weather. Harrow woods don't guide you, they negotiate. You bring expectations, they counter with mad. A quiet loop stretching roughly 6 kilometers. Not a difficult work, but the kind that slows you down. Because once you leave the viewpoint, the land begins to change. Nature's rule of survival is simple. If something walks in boots, run.
So this is where the trail stops showing off.
The deeper you get into the woods, the softer the air becomes. Almost like the landscape is lowering its voice. Up here, the city feels far away, but this ground remembers everything that came before it. Harrow woods are older than the city you saw from the hill. They have outlived every argument ever had beneath them. That's perspective. That's also shade. And people come looking for quiet. If you hear a tapping in the distance, that's probably a great spotted woodpecker. They drum on these trunks like tiny carpenters. They are the only residents here who genuinely enjoy manual labor. Foxes live through here most evenings, moving like shadows that learned how to breathe. And if you are lucky, you might glimpse roe deer standing between the trees. They have a habit of appearing suddenly and leaving before you even decide whether to blink. Not far beyond the woods, the landscape opens again. And waiting here is one of the quietest places in British history. Bentley Priory. At first glance, this looks peaceful. This wasn't just a building, it was a nerve center during World War II. The fighter command listened to the sky from here, Anangsari. If you have made it this far, don't leave yet. The view coming up frames everything you think about this walk.
The past doesn't announce itself at all. It waits to see if you can notice it on your own.
The weather changes fast, not because it wants to, but because it can. This trail teaches patience the same way life does, by refusing to hurry. It's strange standing here because history didn't happen somewhere far away. It happened right here under the sky.
The weather here isn't decoration. It's actually participation. I came out this morning expecting rain, but the clouds turned out to open way for the sun. The sky votes its own, while it seems the forecast is just a suggestion here.
Richmond Park may be famous for its deer, but Harrow Hills have their own quiet reality. These red and fallow deer have walked this land longer than most of the buildings you see from the viewpoint. They move like the forest gave them permission. Slow, deliberate, aware of everything. Watch them long enough and you realize something. They are not afraid of people. They are just disappointed in us. Probably because we invented emails. Best rule here, give them space. They are calm animals, but this is their crown. The path softens, mud rises like memory, thick, patient, unbothered by your hurry. Here the earth holds you for a moment. Each step is a question, each pull a reminder. You don't rush into stillness. You earn it through the quiet grip of the ground, refusing to let you pass unchanged.
This part of the trail can make you regret why you were coming for a walk. But it won't stop me. Because we're out here for a reason.
Footsteps slow, and somewhere in the struggle, the lake begins to call. Not as a destination, but as a release. Every ancient landscape keeps a mirror, and here it's the lake, a place where wind slows down and the sky practices being water. Bird life gathers here for the same reason people do. Peace.
Actually, nothing here is trying to impress you. And obviously, that's why it works. Because everything is calm in its own dimension. This part is flooded. I don't think I will pass from the water. Just have to use it. It's an old oak tree here. Should have been here for a very long time.
You don't expect cattle this close to London, but these grazing fields are part of what keeps the land alive. Grasslands like this support insects, birds, and the slow rhythm of countryside life. Cows have mastered something humans still struggle with, doing absolutely nothing and looking completely productive. The fields fade back into woodland, the trail bends once more, and just beyond the trees, the viewpoint awaits. But the trail isn't finished yet. We have one last climb to make. And when we reach the top again, the view might feel different than when we started. These paths were never meant to impress. They were meant to last. Evenings arrive slowly on these hills, and the wildlife begins reclaiming the quiet. This loop doesn't end where it started. It ends where you notice things differently.
I didn't come here to escape the city. I came here to remember the city has roots here.
If this walk slowed your breathing, stay until the final frame and tell me something in the comments. It's the oldest place you've ever stood, not visited. If you enjoy walking trails where history whispers, subscribe to the channel. We are just getting started.